Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining for another episode of Unlocking You 2.0. This is Spencer Bonin, your emotion and body code practitioner, and Balwinder Marwaha, your transformational leadership coach, coming together again for another awesome episode. This week we're talking about how to be okay with not, quote, being in control of kind of maybe what's going on in your life, or just feeling like you're just kind of thrown around and you don't have control of things. So today specifically is all about how to learn or how to live in the present moment and not be so much in the past or so much even in the future. So today I'm just going to pass it right over to you, Bally. How can we feel like a lot more in, or be okay with not being, quote, in control, or how is this living in the present really going to help us consciously?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Spencer. So again, being okay with not being in control, and the reality is we tend to get into this bubble, if you want to call it that. We want to be in control of everything that's going on in our life and around our life. However, it's just not practical, and the more we force it, the more we make life difficult for ourselves. And so, being in the present, a lot of times we let our past really shape who we are, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Here's the problem though, is that some things of our past are good and some are not so good, which is also perfect sense. That's normal to have. You could take anyone's past and no one would have a perfect past or a past without any mistakes or failures or things like that. So what happens is when we start living too much in our past or dwelling too much on and typically what we tend to do as humans is dwell on our failures or mistakes or misfortunes of our past. It really makes us want to be in control more because we're like, oh well, remember last time I tried to do this and then like that happened, and so
Yeah.
you want to be in control of the situation more. However, what you really, if you're going to think about the past and you want to dwell on the past, think about all the good things. Think about all the successes. Think about all
Mhm.
the amazing things you achieved, not the failures and the mistakes and the miserable parts, because those are a part of life. That's your stepping stone. That's your journey to become a better person and become who you are today. Now, again, being present also means not living in the future and not being like, hey, you know, last time I did this, or last time, and we take the example from yesterday. Last time I went to this restaurant,
Mm.
they didn't have this favorite dish I wanted. So now next time I go, I'm gonna make sure I get there early, or you start like taking your past experience and putting it into the future, and you really want to control the situation, but maybe their menu changed and it's not even on the menu anymore. Like um, it's beyond your control, so don't worry about it, right? Let's
Mhm.
not, you know, let's focus on today, what we can control today, what we need to control today at the same time, because you don't need to control everything. And always, always, always ask yourself this question: is that in 5 minutes from now, or in a day, or in a week, or a year, or 5 years from now, whatever you want to, position it to yourself, is this going to be important?
Mm.
And if the answer is no, like sometimes we get our, I'm going to just say, we get our underwear in a knot because we're like, oh my God, what the heck? But
Yeah.
literally 10 minutes later, what we just had our underwear in a knot about, it's not even important. So
Exactly.
really evaluate, hey, do I need to really live in the future? Do I really need to, like in 10 minutes or 10 days from now, is this going to be important?
Mm.
So that's what I'd suggest. This is what you want to do to stay in the present, really just live for today. And it's okay to not control every single aspect of your life.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right, Spencer, subconsciously tell us what's going on. Why everything I just said, what makes it so difficult for that to happen?
Totally. And thank you so much for that, because that's absolutely it's so true. Now, what I would kind of want to talk about subconsciously is and how they're kind of linked, right? So it's like you
Mm,
have these past events, but then you're also people are living in the future. But the weird thing is that you're almost like you're living in the future because of the past. And it's
yeah.
not because like again, we've talked about this before, and some things that kind of really come to mind. The number one thing that comes to mind for me is
Mhm.
a memory field. And in the practice that we do, this is just kind of an energy that we come across. But what this is it's almost, if you want to picture like this cloud of memories that appears in front of your face or in front of your eyes, and it's like you're trying to look at your goal, you're trying to look at the dream, or you're looking trying to look at the present, but it's like this memory keeps floating in front of your face, and all you see is the memories, or maybe like a theme of memories of all the different times you were rejected, or the times that you were really nervous to go on, do something, or whatever it is. This thing just kind of
Mhm.
plops in front of your face. You can't see around it. All you can see is these things, and that keeps you in the past moment there, because you're seeing these unhealthy memories. And a lot of these times this is just something that's subconscious, it just happens automatically. And I truly believe that if we can kind of consciously focus on it for long enough, we can definitely form a habit to break free of that. However,
Mhm.
like we talked about earlier, it's one of those things. It's like, do you want to walk or do you want to take a flight
Yeah.
to your destination? And with this, it's like yes, you can definitely spend the time 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months trying to form this new, or they say 6 days to what, 66 days or 67 days, even beyond that, to form this new habit, which can be quite
Mhm.
difficult. Or you can get this extra benefit of help from this energetic modality, and we can just find it, extract it, and get it out of there. And then
Exactly.
it's going to reduce that time a lot more, if that makes sense. Now, on top of that, for example, like if you're going and looking in the future, you might have anxiety or worry or nervousness
Mhm.
about what's about to happen because of these past events that are happening, which once again, you're triggering these old emotions that are contributing to your future emotions, if that makes sense. Or you're worrying and dwelling too much on the future because of these past
Mhm.
experiences. Now we can,
Yeah.
like I said before, we can get in there and we can just extract those as we need them, and take them out as we need to do that, and take out the trash, take out the
Yeah.
luggage, as to
Yeah.
what's blocking us from just being in the moment, enjoying that moment, and just
Mhm.
saying whatever it is that happens. I'm just here, and it's whatever's going to happen is going to happen. There's positive thinking towards what you want in the future,
Mhm.
but rather than the negative anxiety, worry, all that kind of stuff. So you want things like positive optimism, joy, happiness, stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're a person that really feels that they can't um, you know pull themselves out of the future or pull themselves out of that past, and you really feel like it's hard to take control, or you have a really hard time being okay with that or living in the
Mhm.
moment, then get a hold of us. I'll definitely I just want to help as many people as I can here. So reach out to us. I'm more than happy to do a complimentary session. Bally's more than happy to do a complimentary training or coaching session. With that, is there anything else that you'd like to add into there, Bally?
No, you know what? I think you hit it really well. And one thing I would say is that living in the future, like you mentioned, uh, is a great way to actually get on more baggage, trap more emotions, or
Yes.
add to the pile, um, if I might say,
Yeah.
because you're putting your body in that state of oh my God, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, or there's fear, whatever it may be, and you're just giving your body permission to just take on more emotional baggage. So
Absolutely.
let's just really stay in today. Let's enjoy today, and make the best of it, right? So with that, look, if you really want to change your life some more, you like what we do, and you're like, hey, this is great. Well, how do I take this to the next level? Well, visit our website, www.leadyourideallife.com. At this site, you'll get to watch a couple of really, really cool videos. They're short videos, just to show you what it is that we truly do and how we combine the conscious and the subconscious. And then tonight, we have an awesome, awesome webinar. And it's this webinar tonight is really about the biggest problems we face in our lives and how we can overcome them. And you want to catch this, it's at you can register at www 2020recoverymanual.com. There's just under 10 spots left. So get on there, register for tonight. The webinar is at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. There will be a replay of the webinar that comes up 48 hours after, but you still have to register. So register, and if you can't make it, then you know what? We'll send you the replay. But this webinar will change your life. It will show you how you can throw 2020 and any other crap that's gone on in your life behind you, and really just move forward and become the best version of yourself. And this is why we say unlocking you to 2.0, because we all have a better version of ourselves tucked away inside of us. And what Spencer and I do is we just pull that out of you and we show you how to use it. And that's it. So with that said, I look forward to seeing you all again with another episode tomorrow. Until then, take care and bye-bye.
See you guys.